I think we're here. I'm sure we're here. I mean, I'm here. Yeah. Let's hang out. I want to. The schedule says game development. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's roll with that. And I will try really hard to respond to chat. Responding to chat when I can. Sometimes I don't see. Um, okay. Let's roll with the idea that man, I wish I had emotes. You know what I'm saying? I would love emotes. Yeah, I kind of want to cheat and use other people's emotes. Whatever. You know, sorry. I should focus. Focus up, yo. Um, let's talk about this. I got some stuff I want to show. Eh? We got progress. Let's roll on that, you know? What I wanted to show is, let's see, what did we have last time? We had something. I know I was showing off the campaign nodes. Sounds terribly boring, but it means that we have the potential to do uh, well, story. I would like story. I think it's a cool idea. Like, what if, right? I'm playing as a player who's signed up and everything, and now it's time to sign back in because I want to continue journey, my journey. I am Monkey. Right? Here's my profile. I've only played a few matches. I've won one of them. I have a little bit of experience, But as we were talking about, we made the effort to customize our profile, and therefore we feel something for it. We're going to go through it. We've done some quick play matches and everything. Okay. Last time we said eventually we're going to have some other kind of thing you collect, and I hesitate to even call it a card because we have cards in our core gameplay, but these are different cards. I might call them player cards and not battle cards. It's really clunky right now, but eventually this is building into a deck building game. So I think this is reasonable. There's nothing there, but we will have something. The fact that we can save data is good. Well, this is the next step in saving data was the campaign. This is what we showed off last time, where um, you are here, Monkey is here, and Monkey can go into a match with this opponent. And if they win, then they can move on and they can get to the end of the campaign if they defeat this opponent. And I showed off how you could generate these, and you can, but I like that this is small. Oh, what the heck. So you can have different ones, and it is generating the icon, the color, and the name as well. So they have an identity all their own, similar to the pull that we felt when we made our own identity. These opponents now have an identity that are fairly negative, like affliction. These campaigns have a path that you go through, but they all start somewhere, end somewhere. And the idea is we're going to reward you with something if you do finish a campaign. And notice that it stayed the same. Monkey has their own campaign. Now, this button is going to go away. In fact, so is this button. But I need to play around with this for now. The idea that you can generate random campaigns is good because we need to. One thing I would add is when a player has a campaign made for them, it should be tailored to their skill level, and it shouldn't be too hard or too complex if they're just starting out. I think that's reasonable. So here's Monkey. That's their campaign. Watch what happens when I get out and go somewhere else. I think Doggo is chat's own profile. Doggo. Hey, you've been doing pretty well. Let's check out Doggo's campaign. It's different. Nice, right? I think it's cool that we got this saved and associated with the profile. So when Monkey logs in after coming away, being away for a while, they come back and it's the same campaign they left off from. This is good. So, it's saved with the profile. That was a step we wanted to do. And then we also wanted to be able to click on one of these matches. Here's a node where Monkey is right now. And if you defeat this opponent, then you can move on to the next node. Otherwise, you're still here, right? There's a couple of things we still have to do, but the next thing we wanted to do was make it so you could click here and start a match against this opponent. Okay. I also briefly, in somewhat of a fever, mentioned that I like the idea of a story as well, generating story based on just this simple name. In this case, Sir Waffle Hurdle is the name of this bear, right? The big boss of this campaign, their name is Prince Xanthan. This is the green owl, yeah? Well, that's not much to go from, but I do have some data already generated just for their name. In fact, I already have the ability to take from that and use it as part of their AI if I needed to. Just the fact that I needed to generate, or I wanted to generate a name, color, and icon means that these are pretty much guaranteed to be unique. There's a very low probability of seeing duplicates. Like very low. So there's something to that. Let's click, because what I've got now is the template for a pop-up that would happen when you click on a match. You are here in the campaign. You cannot click this one yet because you're not there, but anyone that you are able to enter, you can click and it will pop up something. I am calling it story for right now. We'll go over what I got cooking for that. But notice this is a confirm pop-up. Confirm pop-ups have a yes or no, a okay or cancel. In this case, I've labeled them specifically for the story. Okay is actually, yes, I would like to help them. And who's them? Well, it's part of the story. I'll tell you about it. And then you can ignore them as well, which means I'm not going to do it. So I can't click on, cannot click on the end, but I can click on this one because it's next. And I can help them or I can ignore them. And that's what we got for a campaign. That doesn't sound like much, but check. If I click yes, help them, I'm now in the match. And it is part of the data that is being saved and running right now. So I am actually playing against this opponent, Sir Waffle Hurdle. This was the bear, and I guess we could also include the icon and the color, I guess. My avatar per stream is in the way of the top left corner. There is nothing in the top left corner, and I've kind of been reserving that for my avatar. But just like I have Monkey in the top right for player 2, having Sir Waffle Hurdle with their icon on the top left makes a heck of a lot of sense. I think that's where we're going. I will play this match against Sir Waffle Hurdle. Now, that name I put there to remind you that you are going up against an opponent. It only happens when you're in a campaign. The campaign data is still saved, but specifically there is this one challenge, this one opponent, and that's significant, so I do maintain that. Let's see if we win this, and I will show you how this data that is sitting here, well, it's in the background, but it is part of the save data that includes Monkey. Monkey also is currently in a challenge against Sir Waffle Hurdle. This is being recorded in terms, well, it has been recorded. It is being referenced when I need to look at this name. That's where I'm getting that name from. I could also get the icon and the color at the same time, but this defense is terrible. Do I have a better? No. No. All right, whatever. I guess I'll go for all of them at the same time. I mirror this, not mirror, but I will clone this formation with the opponent so that they all meet at the same time. And I'll just go for it. And actually, we're pretty good. Look at all the health. They're terrible. They are terrible. We're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to win. They got bad cards. Yay. Okay, so Monkey's going to win against this opponent. Sorry. We're tied. We have to win now. Gosh, I wasted all those good cards. Give me more good cards, please. Okay, it's not terrible. I want to do a formation that will work. Actually, that health is awful. Do I? Okay. See, that health is terrible. The defense is good, right? It's a defense card. You know what? Yeah, actually, let's replace them. Okay, so these are not great. Wow, wait, what? No. Get rid of that, please. Give me this. Yeah. Okay. I don't want the health of one. That's terrible. That defense is actually better than some of these. Okay, so now I've got all these cards. And I want to win. I'm invested against Sir Waffle Hurdle. Monkey's going to do it this time. Based on this formation, I'm going to make sure that my weakest card stays back the longest. Okay. That's the one with the least health. And the strongest card should be helping, I think. That sounds appropriate. So I'll put that up front. And now, I also kind of want this one to help if I can. But I'll do this. Okay. And there's all three of these are going to meet up at the same time, and then these two are kind of reserved. I'm hoping that this one sticks around for longer. Stay with least health. I am not yet completely convinced that least health is the dominant strategy for marching orders, but I'm really close. I do need to do a proper systemic testing round where I just have cards go after each other over and over and over and over and over with various marching orders to see if there is in fact a bias where, for example, this choice of marching orders wins more often. If that's true, then yeah, I actually need to not do this at all. Because when you have a dominant strategy and players find it, they will use it and use nothing else. Same thing with a strategy that is no good. When players figure that out, they will never use it. And so it's as if the choice didn't exist. Oh, gonna win? Yes. I'd like to win now. Oh, we're a card down. We're screwed. This is our strongest card. And we are kind of screwed. They have lots of health. What the heck, dude? Yeah, we're boned. Mostly is the health that determines the strength of the card because it's deterministic of how long they can last. To counter that, there is power, of course. Power takes out more health more often. Okay, so Monkey lost. What is supposed to happen because Monkey went up against the challenge is, oh, I should reformat this. Normally this pop-up has a replay or return. If you did a quick match, you would get this and say replay or return. So you could just replay another match. But because we are in a campaign, it's meant to return specifically. Right? We went up against Sir whatever his name was. I forgot the name. And we lost. In fact, I should remind you of who the heck you lost against. That would be great. I should do that right here. But anyway, we're supposed to return, so we return. And this is not correct yet. This is the pop-up that you would get if you won. And we didn't win. Right? If you did win, the story pop-up comes up again automatically, and instead of saying I'm going to help them or ignore them, this just says, hey, I was happy to help. This is not a confirm pop-up. This is a alert pop-up. There's only one button in an alert. It just tells you something and you say, okay. Well, in this case, okay is an acknowledgement that I was happy to help, right? The story is going to fill all this in. The story is going to say what was going on with this opponent, the villain, and you were happy to help these other people. When we said help them or ignore them, they are going to be grateful. And you say, I was happy to help. Done. Okay. Well, we didn't win, so actually we shouldn't advance at all, and that's proper because we lost. But we also don't have the way to advance yet. There's a couple of things we need to do. First of all, I could make the visualization of our campaign look like I advanced. Yes. Oops. If it was a public variable, it's no longer public. But I can just change this number. Yes, and then I'm over here. This gets disabled, and this is the next one that I could click. I can't click it now, but I can click on this one again. So that's where we're at. It does have the ability to send you into a match, and when you're done with the match, it comes back here. It should detect whether or not we won this challenge. Right now, I'm not. So it, by default, just gave me the, hey, you won the challenge pop-up, which is not true. I also don't have the way to advance the node, advance to this next node. So those two things, right? I want to go do those two things. Let's go do those two things, yes? Otherwise, Monkey did pretty good. We won a game. That's pretty good. Okay? Let's make this happen. I need this screen. When we arrive at the screen, we read in some data, including what's your current campaign. We also need to say where you are in that campaign. The campaign does have current node. Okay, so we need to advance that. But saving that data is the step I don't have. So we'll get there. I also need to know, like I'm not in a campaign right now, right? But I need to know that when um, when I win, right? This is a campaign. This is technically called a challenge. This is a challenge. It's a match, right? The challenge match. If I win, I need to know if I won or not. So not only when I come back do I need to read which is my current node, but I also need to save the state of whether I won or lost that match so that when I come in, I know what to say. Okay. Let's do that. I have been careful to maintain the data. It's in a file. The file's on my hard drive. And as I develop the game, I am careful when I need to change the data, because if I already have data and then I change it and then I try to read this, I'm reading it in a way that is conflicting with what the program's expecting. And that causes a problem. Basically makes this data, that just loses the data, makes it corrupt. I can't use it anymore. It's gone. So I've actually been super careful. Not only am I making a copy of this, on my hard drive, but technically I can get around this entire problem, because usually that is a problem, dealing with saved data, and yet I'm developing the game, so this could be corrupted pretty easily. But I can get around that problem because when I load the game, when I start it up, it automatically loads the data and it holds the data. And then when I quit the game, when I stop, it automatically saves the data. I can get around the entire problem by simply playing, and while this is still playing, change the data. I can totally do that and then just stop, and it saves it appropriately. In other words, it updates the data while it's playing. If I'm changing the data while it's playing, it's updating it. So I can just stop and everything's fine. So I get around a very critical problem in a simple way, and I just thought I'd mention that. Okay. I did, in fact, need to do that while I was working on this, because I absolutely did change the data. I don't think I need to show that part, but basically, I had a couple of occasions where I wanted to make sure that, in fact, I was even changing the class names and stuff. My campaign is a class of data called campaigns, not campaign. And this is the system file that is operating on that data. It's called campaign path now. Even changing the names, this would also corrupt the data. So I'm getting around all this problem. I'm able to be more flexible by simply using that technique. Okay, so these are the two things I need to do. This is one. When I enter this campaign screen, I need to detect whether I won or lost a challenge. First of all, I ignore this if there is no challenge currently going on, which happens if I do a quick play or if I cancel from a match or something like that. But if there is one going on, then I need to know, did I win it or not? Right now, I'm assuming I won, which is why we saw the pop-up happen and say, yay, you won. Return story. That means you won. But I need to not do this at all if we lost. So I need to detect whether we won or lost. I think that's relatively straightforward. I have this save manager, and it is holding things like the current challenge. So that's good. I should just be able to say, hey, save manager, also save whether or not we won the current challenge. I don't need to save that to disk ever. It's not necessarily, it should never be part of the player profile, because if I quit the game, that challenge is lost. The only time I need to save whether or not I won the challenge is if I'm currently in the game, I'm currently on a challenge, and I won the challenge. Otherwise, I don't care. So it's totally fine that this is temporary data sitting on this one tool. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. This tool sits on this actor that travels around the game. As I hit play, it immediately unparents and sits here and do not destroy on load. And as I go around in the game, it sits there the whole time. So it doesn't need, so that I know, for example, whether or not to enable the profile button. I don't, because there is no profile, right? Likewise, the campaign is disabled. So this is helpful. I should be able to put an extra variable right here that says you won the current challenge or not. There already is data that you can't see that is the current challenge. So I know if there's a challenge, that's already there. So I should just be able to do this, right? I reserve the right to be completely wrong, as always. I'm going to call it current challenge 1. This is only going to be set true in a very specific place. It'll be red in one place, right here, actually. And I'm going to make sure and clean that off and make it false immediately. So it should be safe, because I'm only going to touch this in very careful places, like 2. One place, first of all, this is here, and this is saying, hey, save manager, do you have a current campaign? This is, you get the campaign. Hey, save manager, your current challenge, is it valid? If this is 0, then it's not valid. So this is if it's not 0, then we have a challenge going on. And I'm assuming you won here, but no. Let's say if the save manager says current challenge 1. Okay, so that's the variable we just made. It says true or false. It's a Boolean. It means true or false. And because I just named it and saved it, it's right here. And now this means something, because it signifies that we won. Let me reform this, because I'm actually doing this. If we won the challenge, right, we need to clear the player. I wrote myself a note, so I'm just trying to keep it organized. And it's not code. Keep myself organized and do the things that I wanted to do. In this case, I need to clear the current challenge. So the terminology matters. The challenge is the individual match against one opponent that we either won or lost. And that is part of the recent update, the change that is making this possible. So I can clear it. That's very, again, a very careful thing that I do. This is read once. This thing that we made is read once. Now I'm going to set it and unset it carefully. So this is true. I'm actually going to set it in the place where I manage the challenge very well. And again, I do it carefully. It is way down at the bottom of the script. but this is proper. The save manager has a valid challenge going on. We either won or lost. If we won, we do this. If we lost, we do that. And if all we do is that, we are good because it's just the normal campaign. We stay where we are in the campaign and we don't pop anything up. So I think that's proper. Okay, good. So now let's set this off to be false. It's because this tool hangs around as we go from place to place in the game that I'm able to just throw a public variable on there and read it at any time. I can guarantee there is one and only one of these. I've already done that work, so I'm happy. I'm satisfied this is safe. Say that. Why is this commented out? I was thinking about this. I didn't want to do this. I think that's true. You don't have the option to click on. Wow, I need to review this actually. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Disable this. Disable clear challenge. The idea is I'm very carefully managing whether the save manager has a current challenge, and just getting out of the campaign screen to me seemed appropriate at some point. I'm just going to review that later. I was on a mission to do a thing. Story. This is where we come back from a campaign. We've either helped them or we say happy to help. So here is, we are helping them or we are happy to help. And this is engaged because we come back and we won, and so I can safely clear the current challenge and set challenge 1 to false. In fact, clearing the current challenge. Hold up. Anytime I clear the challenge, I should always set this to false. Yes? And if we won, wow, I definitely think any time that we clear the challenge, we should always clear this simple little piece of data that's supposed to do one thing. I only want to set it in a few places, but this looks actually critical. I mean, I think it would be fine if I didn't, but I want to be so careful about this that I think it's okay to be extra cautious. I can't think of a single case where if I clear the current challenge, I wouldn't also want this to be false. And even setting the current challenge, you know what? Gosh, I'm starting to like see all kinds of places where I would definitely want to make sure this is false. Yeah. Setting only happens in a couple places, like when I click on a match. Clearing the current challenge, likewise, I should, yeah, this should be false like all the time, except when I win and I'm on my way back to the campaign screen. This is like a very temporary thing. Okay, I'm talking myself into thinking this is okay. And we're going to, of course, test. This logic already knows if I did come back and I'm saying, yeah, I was happy to help. That's this part. I was happy to help. I've won and I did that. This logic here says whether or not we were at the end of the campaign, but it's also the place that I'm going to advance the node. It's somewhere around here. I need to advance the step you are along the path in the challenge. So I think this is okay. I reserve the right to be completely wrong about that. But we need to play a game from a campaign and see if we won. And if we did, do we come back and see it say, yay, thanks for helping? And if we don't, like, we need to play 2 matches. And if we don't win, well, we need to play matches where we win and matches where we lost so that we know if that logic is working correctly. Likewise, we should also, because I'm introducing this new variable, we need to test that we have gone through all the conditions. I think I analyzed it enough that I'm feeling pretty confident, but we should always be on the lookout for an oopsie where it thinks we won a match in a campaign, or it forgets that we won a match in a campaign. I can't really think of a condition that would make that happen. That's why we call them bugs. So I think I'm good. There were 2 things I wanted to do. One was make sure that when we come back from a campaign, it detects what's going on appropriately. It needed to know whether or not we won the challenge. Oh, I need to set this. Duh. Okay, we're detecting it and we're doing stuff with it, and that's good. We are even resetting it. That's good. But we have never set this true. We've only set it false, right? Okay. Where would we set this true? Well, now there's this thing. Post match pop-up. That's not a really good place. Oh, actually, save load has its own. We are coming back from a match and we are recording stuff. So this is perfect. This is exactly what we want. Sign in, sign out. Wait, is this the right place? Yeah. Profile, exit, match. Yeah, this is proper because this is the thing that has the data. It knows that we are in a campaign or not. It also was just told whether or not we won the match. And it is responsible for handling that. So I think this is great. Let's put this in a good place. This is it popping up the post-match pop-up with all that data. I'm just organizing it within this function. Where should it go? Keep it grouped together with all the other campaign and challenge stuff, and there really is none here. So I guess it's okay if I just current challenge 1 equals player 1. That's it. 1 player 1 match. There we go. So this function is called with a flag, whether or not we won the match, and that's exactly what we want to save. But I only want to set that to be true. Actually, let's do it this way. I want it to be false. Desperately want it to stay false, unless not only did we win the match, but there's also some current campaign. No, there's a current challenge, right? There is a current challenge. The challenges come from campaigns. That's the only way you can get them. So this is totally safe. And again, this ID is more than 0, meaning this challenge actually has some data in it. It is a valid challenge. So I only want this to be true if It's a valid challenge, and we won the match. If either of these are false, this whole thing is false. Challenge 1 is false, so this is proper. This is good. It's the only place it could possibly set to true, and I like that it's in one place. Okay, so that is read and utilized. It is set false all over the place and true in one place, which is great. As long as I don't set it false too early, I think that's great. This is all the places where it could be set false, like this, only happen because you either lost the match or you quit out of the match. These are reasonable why you would want to set this to be false. Want to challenge, it's current, you won. That's the only time that should be true. I think that's right. Okay, we're going to test that. And I don't need this. I don't know why that showed up. Visual Studio loves to add namespaces that I didn't want because I mistyped something. Oh, stories. We're going to talk about stories. But let me test. We're going to test a couple of matches. Critically, we want to make sure that when we come back to the campaign screen, there is a campaign. We already saw that. That's been tested. But we want to launch a challenge, come back. And I do need to continue to launch from the splash screen because of these tools that are managing things like save data. Actually, let me do this for Doggo. And I guess there's a temptation to go faster when you're testing and just go straight to the scene you need to test in. There's occasions where I will do that, but by and large, I've been getting in the habit of testing from the splash screen so that I have these available. Okay, again, I cannot click on the boss because I'm not there yet. I am here, so I can click on this one, Governor Ice Plague. All right, that's what I'm going to go up against. I'm going to fill in the story with all that good stuff in a second, but if I ignore it, nothing happens. If I click on help them, I go into the match. Doggo is definitely going up against Governor Ice Plague. Yes, okay. Getting the vibe that we have the silly names going on. Oh my goodness, I have nothing but terrible health cards. What is up? So I could launch this in there to do some damage, but it's like a one-shot thing. It literally is an inversion bomb. Okay. It actually has decent luck. You know what? I'm going to do Time Pony instead. Yeah, let's do these. Okay. Let's try to win against Governor Ice Plague. We are on a challenge. Round 1 looks okay. Time Pony got taken out real quick. We're in trouble. Oh, we're in big trouble. Yeah. These 3 luck cards didn't seem... I mean, there's a chance that they would have luck wins, but like this one had bad health. So did this. Unlucky. Absolutely unlucky. Can we get some cards, please? What is this? Garbage. Come on now. Okay, we're going to throw the inversion bomb in there too. Put it in last. Yes. Come on, Doggo. So if we lose, then this is the test of the losing when you go into a challenge, right? We should go back to the campaign Oh, I didn't change the button on that pop-up. Well, we should go back to the campaign, and it should know that we lost, and so it's just back to the campaign. I'm wondering if there's anything else I can test while I'm in that state. I'm rooting for a loss, kind of, yeah, actually. Come on, doggo, just lose already. There we go. Okay, so we lost. Get a little experience, and that's fine. And it says return, so I need to adjust the position of this button. Should go back to the campaign. And let's notice we don't have any other option. Oh, I should disable this button. In fact, I should disable this as well. Just thought about that. I don't want anything else to happen. I want to go directly back to the campaign. And we didn't advance. It knows that we didn't advance. We get our experience, but that's it. I should have actually put some console logging just to make sure. There isn't anything else I can do here, right? Like I literally just cleared the challenge and I set that thing to false. So this is all safe. Okay. So now we want to try and win. We're gonna win against Governor Ice Plague. Mark my words. Right? Come on, doggo. And we are looking for returning to the campaign. Wow, these are awful. Give me good cards. This is so bad. This is why I think we have a lot of good options for the extra things that a player could do in this phase of the game. Gosh, do we have to call them cards? I know there's going to be a confusion point. These are cards. So wait, what are those other cards that we have in our deck? Like, we need to deconflict that stuff. If I call them runes, or I call them tokens, or I don't know what, talismans, something, spells, anything. I just don't want it to be confusing for the player. Dude, we gotta win this one. We can't lose this one. Okay, Turtle Tank did their job. Hippobot has a ton of health. What do we do? What do we do? It's got a low defense. Oof. Okay, so if I spend all my attacks on Hippobot, we're going to get wailed on by whatever's here. So I might need to adjust that. You know what? Let's do the... Oops. Doggo. Come on, man. What are you doing? Should I cheat? I could cheat. Because I'm testing, I'm tempted to cheat. I think it's reasonable. These are so bad. I mean, honestly, what are you giving me? These terrible cards. All right. So, trying to remind myself to glance down at my phone to look at chat. I focus on this. I'm not looking at the chat stream. I gotta be honest. It's just hard. You know, if somebody like does something like follow, I'll get an alert. It'll be loud. I'll hear it. But most of the time, I could miss this. Oh, we're gonna lose, dude. Okay, we're gonna play another game. Yeah. Whatever. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Okay, so I need to disable this. I'm gonna disable this, and I need to fix this button position. Maybe leveled up. And we leveled up at the right time. That was a good test. Okay. Um, I need to make this box darker, right? This is too confusing to see. Visual noise. What is this? Either clear away the cards. Actually, I don't want to clear away the cards. Uh, I'll have to think about this. This is a cosmetic change, but it's hard to read this, yeah? Doggo. Come on, man. Yay for leveling up, but, we must win. We must win. Give me some cards for real. This is I get mad when it's just a matter of having luck and I don't got none. Dude. I don't I should really stop doing cosmetic changes because I have not yet turned to looking at the aesthetics. You know, like drawing pretty pictures for these cards. The redesign of the cards and showing the stats so we have a larger picture and clarity and stuff. I think yes. The better visual effects, yes. But I need to stop doing cosmetic changes like on the interface and things because this is all temporary. All of this. It makes no sense to spend the time to fix that because I'm going to refactor this anyway. The only reason I might do it is to sort of have a, well, two reasons. I would have a better sense of what the game is looking like, and I could test out visual stuff. And I also have a record of what the proper visualization should be. And but like I wouldn't do visual effect animation right now. It's temporary. It's going to stay temporary until I do it for real. Uh, dude, come on. Okay, so again, inversion bomb really is a one-use thing. Good lord, what is this garbage? Okay, even when the health is big, I'm getting really crappy weak cards in terms of. Okay, this is the best I got. Sorry, I'm upset that I need to test. I happen to be on stream, and I'm just having the crappiest luck. It's okay. Wow, my stomach is going crazy. I am hungry. I shouldn't be. Like, I really shouldn't be hungry. We won the match. I think this is ticking up appropriately for win percentage. I've been trying to keep my eye on it. It goes by pretty quick, but I think it's correct. The matches played does tick up, and I made it visually apparent that it changes, not just by going from 10 to 11, but also like interrupting with some symbols so you actually see it change. Likewise, this I think ticks up appropriate. This does just go from 2 to 3, but it is bolded in between to make it a little more. I guess I should make it like yellow. Okay, so we won. The test is we're going to go back to the campaign and it knows that we won. It's going to say so. So this is the pop-up that says that we won. We finished the story with yay, you did the thing, and we were happy to help. Done. And it knows that we should be moving from the current node, which is 0, to the node 1, which is right here. So it should now know to do that. This is appropriate. So I think our testing is good. Likewise, if we come back, we are still here. I mean, we didn't actually advance because I need to save the data, but it knows that we did. So the test is good. Huzzah. Okay. This means I just have one more thing I want to do. What was that thing? No, really, what was that thing that I wanted to do? I'm going to talk about story in 2 seconds, but we wanted to make sure. Oh, I was going to save the data. Let's see it, of course. So, we can now. We are recording that we won the match, and it knows what to do. This was the console stuff that we just read. That is in fact, I'm going to keep this up because I'm going to do something with the end of the campaign that is large and celebratory, and yay, you completed your challenge. In fact, that's the time when you would get something big like a new talisman or token or whatever. Man, we really need to. Is this a deck building game? It was never a deck building game, but now we want to add stuff to it, and I think there's a good reason to not call it cards because we already have cards, and that's not what you build. So I think we need to call it something else. Currently, this stuff is called deck. I mean, it's just a screen. There's nothing there. But yeah, it's not going to be cards. Can't be. Because we have cards. I don't know. I'm on the fence on this because it is non-trivial to start confusing the player is bad. Like a player who's played for a while knows what's up and we can do whatever. We just assert it and eventually they'll get it. But a confused player won't stick with it. We lose players quick. So it's actually a problem. It's a big problem. Just calling it cards could be a real big problem. They could do exactly the same thing. There's no reason why we should change any of the ideas. We just can't call it something that's going to cause a player to quit out of confusion. Okay. In fact, I don't think we ever want this. Oh, I'm going to fix that button right now. Post-match pop-up. The button in question was called, not replay, but return. And instead of being this, yeah, what is this? No. The width is this. Okay, so I can test this in the level. Let's just go to the level. And here we are. I actually can't test this with the see, this looked fine when I was testing it like this, but with all kinds of cards behind it, it's actually really hard to see. Okay, I can test it. I'm going to cheat. Cause a condition to make this happen. I will say if you are not in a campaign, I would like you to adjust the position of this button. And that is the rolling position. the width of the button is 1.5. So if it were 1, it should be this, and if it were 1.5, it should be that, correct? Correct. Good. I'm going to change that back. So only when it's in a campaign do we see the button in that position, and it also gets rid of that button. There were a couple other things we wanted to do. When I detect that this is in a campaign, I should likewise change some things. Is this a public variable? It is not. Could I be a public variable just so I don't have to? Nah, it's okay. I want to keep the communication between tools consistent, so this is not the originator of this condition. Let's just call it that. Okay, but that's fixed. That's good. Instead, my game. Yeah, I do not want the accidental, oops, I just restarted the, reset the game. What is it? I don't want to do this. If, I think it was reset match that showed up. Do battle, do play, and there's one for reset. Oh goodness. What do I call this? Ugh, there's no condition. It's just this. Good. Okay. Show this button if this game is ended and we've determined that there is one player with a score more than 1. But, you know, I don't want you to do this at all. If save manager, we're not tracking save manager. Shoot, that's right. This is the prototype script. This is early stuff with the core gameplay. And long story short, I need to just go find it. Find object of type. Give me the save load thing, and please, if we have a challenge, and the challenge is valid, then do not show this button. So we only want to show this button if this challenge is invalid. I'm only hesitating because is there a situation in which this could fail? No. This? No, because there's always a challenge even if it's blank. This detects blank challenge. I think that's okay. We'll have to test that. So this button should go away. It's not shown, so it cannot be clicked. That's one thing. And the last little bit that I wanted to fix before we move on is quit. There's a utility that allows for quit. And this is how you cancel. You can cancel, and I already do have some logic in here for the campaign. I say you, sorry, cancel match. Yeah, you are canceling the match, which also already does manage. I'm hesitating. cancel match. In fact, let's just current challenge is cleared. In fact, can we just say clear current challenge? Why aren't we saying this actually? Why aren't we saying clear current challenge? Because that does absolutely set things to false. See, this is why we organize communication in careful ways. Yes. This is why we, because I can put all of the logic in that same place. And if there's a problem, I don't have to look in 10 places. I look at one place. Yeah, very careful stuff. So, yeah, this whole thing should never pop up if oh goodness. Wow. I actually need to do something else. So here's the deal. I can press escape and make the thing pop up at any time. I can cancel out of my match at any time. I can cancel out of my challenge at any time. And I don't want to stop that. The only time I want to prevent this from happening is if the current challenge match is complete. Because whether we won or lost, I need to go back to the the campaign screen. I need to go back to the campaign screen, and I can't allow you to cancel. Is that true? I certainly don't want you to lose a challenge that you won because you quit out of it. I want to prevent a user from accidentally doing that. You know what I'm saying? If they wanted to cancel a win, tough. Sorry, player, you must win. I don't see any reason not to do this. It's just a weird thing because otherwise this is always available and it should be. The only condition that I'm looking for is it's actually coming from this pop-up. If you win, post-match pop-up is here. Post-match pop-up is already running. It's doing its stuff. It's actually in waiting, and then it's going to start popping up. So it's already doing its thing. It knows it needs to do this. So can I talk to this quit thing? I need to. I already know that I'm in campaign. This tool sits around the whole game, and it's only when it's done do I need to tell the quit tool to stop working for a little while. So literally this says pop up, but it's also in this match progress default, and it sits there for a little while. So this is the moment. This is actually the time. And it's run here. So this is okay to do this. if the progress is, if we're here at all, if we are here at all, yeah, actually, yeah, I don't mind nerfing quit entirely, disable quit on escape. I don't mind doing it right here anyway. This is happening because pop-up is true, which happens because we finished the match. Okay. I don't mind disabling this right now. Let's find it. And because I really only doing this once, so now, and how do I disable this thing? Oh, I guess I could literally disable it. Is there any reason not to do that? I guess if you had quit on escape running and then this happened, it would disappear. That's not bad, right? It's actually saving the state of whether it's popped up or not. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. When do we make this true then? Well, how about when we get out of... So this is not changing at all. We're literally just disabling it. Interesting. I need to re-enable it though. When do we do that? Okay, then I swear we're going to get back to what we're doing. We are in the game. We're in the game. We're in the game. We're in the game. Here's the game. This is still a prototype. That's why it's still here. Quit on escape. And the post-match pop-up is here. And it's only here. Yeah, that's good. So if we get out of this scene, this tool is unloaded. And at the same time, it is also disabled. So we can do this. This is the same method I use to auto load and auto save. We auto save when we disable the save script. So we are re-enabling this tool. Actually, this tool as well does not travel around with... So I you know what? I'm disabling this and never enabling it again because we're going to get out of the scene and restart. When we come back into the scene, there's a brand new one. So actually, I don't need to do this. I don't need to do that. The key is, though, I want to do it when we're in a challenge. We are in a campaign. We are meant to go back to the campaign for sure. I mean, I think it's one of the reasons why I wanted this variable to be here. And therefore, set this false, never set it to be true. I guess the way we should test that is try escaping every once in a while. Yes, I think. Question. All right. I think we're very close to changing the data so that when we win a match, it moves on. Then we should be good to actually do the story bit. The story bit's kind of fun. So here's Doggo doing the thing. We go to the campaign, we see this. Ah, right, that Governor Ice Plague. Right, we need to take them out. Notice this has been saved, and that's good. Notice we can go to the match, and that's great. This story's going to be good, though. I'm excited about it. It has absolutely nothing going on right now, though. Likewise, I may need to make this dark. Yeah, all right. So we can do escape. We are in a campaign, and yet this hasn't been disabled yet. It's good. Whether we win or lose, we should see the changes that we wanted to see. One was some adjustments to the cosmetic position of the button. Another one was disabling of this. So we can't quit out of it. If we do right now, we are out of the challenge. We haven't progressed in the campaign, so that's proper. But that should be disabled. We don't want. Can't think of a condition in which you could cheat by quitting. Oh, kind of, because we care about your win percentage. Yeah, actually. If you care about your win percentage and you try to quit, guess you could cheat. I've seen people try and do that in Valorant as well. Um, yeah, actually, you could. If you see yourself about to lose and you quit, you save your win percentage. You still have to play again to increase it, but wow, how do you prevent that? You can't say that you played a match. If I do this, I can't say that I played a match and it counts as a loss. Huh. I suppose I could assert that it does. That would be interesting. So this would be something you'd want to do if there were other players who really cared about win percentage and they hated the fact that some players could cheat. And I get it. That could happen, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna put all my weak cards over here. Really have no plan. We're screwed. Doggo, you got terrible cards, man. Cosmetic changes, nerfing of this. Um, oh, there is a time when we want to re-enable it. If we're not in a campaign, the post-match pop-up still happens. And we could say, replay. Okay, the moment we say replay, we should re-enable the quit script. We should. That is a condition which we want to re-enable. But if we're in a campaign, that's the only time we disable it. So I think we're okay, actually. You cannot replay if you're in a campaign. The only time it's disabled is when you're in campaign. I think this is proper, actually. Okay, so we lost. Okay, this cosmetic change is correct. We go back to the campaign. Oh, by the way, yeah. Okay, this is disabled. I cannot quit. That's good. This is gone. The button here is gone. That's great. This is all good. There's nothing else the player can do except return to the campaign. Excellent. And it does know that we... Wait, did we lose? Player one wins the match. Okay, we lost. Okay. And so, yeah, that actually worked. Good. Let's save the data because at this point, I'm pretty much convinced the other changes we wanted to do are correct. For example, we lost, and therefore we still have to defeat Governor Ice Plague. Darn plague. I actually want to change our thing because I'm so upset about that. I'm so upset. So I'll log in as Monkey. Monkey is a low level. And let's see the campaign. Oh, yeah. They got a completely different campaign. They're going to go up against Sir Waffle Hurdle. Yes. We need to save our data. So let's do this. The campaign screen. Okay, I'm going to have to change these eventually. I'm keeping them around because I don't yet have a way to generate a campaign with some parameters that make it an easy campaign or a hard campaign or whatever, complex or simple. I don't want new players to go into a complex, long, involved campaign. They'll never do it, and then they will never do it again. So I need to adjust that at some point. I'll leave it up until then. We have this in place. Do I need to remove this yet? Not quite. If we win, this is already happening, we're good. This is launching a battle. We're good. We're launching a challenge. I already know. I guess the only one I'm curious about is whether it's the campaign boss or not. I know it is. We're good. Actually, no. I'll leave it up anyway. And so coming back and we want to save data. It's not going to happen here, but I do need to trigger it here. That's why I'm stalling. We do this. We won. Okay, we've already done the loss. We're good. We're good. So this story pop allows for this to happen. Sorry, we're down here still. Yeah, there we go. So we're here, and we started the match saying, I want to help. And we end the match. We were returning. We've already detected this. We are good. And so it is here. We need to advance to a new node. And we know which one it is because it's this. We know that we need to advance this node. That's what this says. Okay. I should be able to tell the save manager which node fact, the save manager knows which node, because it knows its current challenge and the exit. There's only one exit, so it actually knows where to go. What do I want? I want this. I want the save manager to have a function that says advance campaign. Simple. The idea is you won, you should move forward in the campaign. Since there's only one exit and you know which match you're on, this is not in question. This is obvious, right? I think that's right. We do know what the current challenge, we do know what the current challenge is, which includes it is one match with an exit. I should be able to say this. Yes, sir. And because I named it and put it there and saved, it exists. Which means this is valid. So this is ready to do this. The display that's happening on this script is already ready to accept the new data and display it properly. In fact, it's redrawing the entire campaign every single frame, which I guess some people would call really inefficient, but whatever. And so I should be able to do this all from right here. Oh, there's a problem. The problem is this whole copy jazz. I have a copy profile function specifically because of this problem. I can't just reference an original like this because I can't actually change it. I can read it and read it and read it, but I can't write. This copy allows me to write all I want to this separate version of the same thing. It's a copy. And then I can say set or edit this profile. I can say edit this profile and where is that? Down here? Yeah, I can say edit this profile and this is writing it for real. Oh, right. See, this is even an extra layer of protection. And notice I've been in this save script the whole time. The real stuff happens here. And it's safe because I just interface with this. This is literally called the interface. This is actually doing the work. So, do I have... Can I... Should I... Can I... Campaign data includes all of the challenges, which is to say all the matches, and the nodes. Matches and nodes make up the entire network. It also includes which is my current node. I believe because my game data includes a series of campaigns, one for each profile. So each account has its own campaign, and that is strictly managed. I believe I should be able to refer directly to the game data campaign and change this. Famous last words. Let's see if we can do it. So I have a number of functions that look a heck of a lot like these, but notice that's what I'm actually calling. I want to do the same thing here. In fact, let's... refer to this. And do I need to return anything? I don't think so. I think it is, as long as it works. Advanced campaign. I'm talking about the current campaign, right? I'm never going to call this except for the current profile and the campaign associated with that profile. I believe this is okay. Oh, I'm directly... Okay, I don't know if I should directly do this. That's the part that's going to get me in trouble. So I want to I want to advance a campaign. There's get campaign. Let's advance the campaign. Let's do it. Let's make a function specifically for this. Yes. This is getting it. Okay, by the profile name. Go find it by profile. Actually, it is the that should actually be number. I am hesitating only because, yeah, this is me trying to be extremely careful. This is how I manage profile editing, because doing it by name, I might actually be changing the name. And so this is dangerous if I used name instead. So I used number, which you can't actually change ever. So it makes it safe. And I think likewise. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not doing this profile thing, profile number thing here, actually. I should be. Oh, because I'm calling it by name? Ugh. Yuck. Whatevs. I am going to do this. I don't think I need to return a darn thing. I am going to advance campaign by the profile. I'm not thrilled about doing it by the name. I can't think of a way in which you could change the name mid-campaign, or sorry, mid-challenge. And if you changed it outside of a challenge, then it doesn't matter. When I do change a profile name, it doesn't need to do anything with the campaign. Else, this is why I actually do this. The campaign. Hold up. Can I just do this? No, I'm gonna do. No, I can't actually. That I'm sorry. I can't voice all the thoughts in my head, but I'm going to do it this way to avoid a problem of Okay, I'm going to avoid a couple of problems by doing it this way. I am going to safely refer to it by number and use this index alone. as the means to talk to the campaign. And that is strictly adhere to. I do need input. I need to know node. Current node equals node. So this function is only going to be called in one place. It is the only thing that is able to set this node on directly onto this data. And it's getting it from there, which means I'm going to have to confirm that the profile is good, the node is good, yada, yada, yada. But this very carefully does this by number. I think that's overkill, but it's fine. This now can be called, and it should. I'm going to call it by, so see, I need to know the node. The current challenge exit is there. Okay. Whoa. Studio. Gosh. I'm only going to call this from a place, but I should really validate all this. So, like I can't refer to this if it doesn't exist. So current challenge, if this AID is 0, please error out. And give me a big old warning, because, not error out, warning, because while I can still technically run. Oh no, I am going to error out. Oh, I'm absolutely going to error out. I'm going to say this script was trying to advance campaign, but no current challenge. Boarding. So I am going to error out, which is to say, I'm going to get out, not do anything else. If this doesn't have a valid challenge, if it does, then I can do this. And please, game data, do that magical something something with the current profile. And this is where I would want to say get player profile, because that is the current. And the new node, well, it's the advanced node. I'm just sitting here staring at code, trying to imagine how this screwed up. Did I just tell it to do something bad? No. I need to do this, but also I think this is safe. In other words, I also need to say, well, no, get player profile is safe on its own. So yeah, actually this is all safe. This has been validated. There is a profile and the node has been validated. And so yes, there's always a campaign with, okay, this is fun. I mean, let's put it this way. If that campaign data ever got out of sync with the profile data, I would be royally screwed. I've already gone through the safety of all that stuff, so I think I'm good. Famous last words. Shall we try this? Advance the campaign if we won a challenge against a villain. Oh, I'm so excited to talk about this story stuff. It's good. It's really good. But let's test this out. I want to... Actually, I think the display for all of this is also great. I don't think I need to adjust it. Oh, I need to word wrap. Just realized that. Here's the controls for the story. Here's the text for the story. And I do not want to forget to word wrap. Otherwise, yeah, this is going to be fine. Hi, Edie. All right. So I'm going to get out of that. I'm going to look at story data in just a second. Hey, nobody in chat. Do you mind if I take a short break, warm up my coffee, and do some biology? Of course you don't. Of course you don't. You don't mind at all. And thank you for not minding. You're really good. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, ready? I'm ready. Let's test this thing. What we're looking to see is completion of a challenge in a campaign. If all goes well, we should be able to go all the way through a campaign. So here's Monkey going into a campaign against Sir Waffle Hurdle. Let's go. Um, this is going to say something to the effect of. Actually, I don't know what the title would be ever, but the villain Sir Waffle Hurdle has stolen the happy blah 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 from the people of yada yada, in and they're sad because the festival of something something is coming up. Will you help them? Ignore them. Help. Well, now pressure's on, monkey. The people of whatever have a festival of something. Come on now. Can't let them down. Actually, I need to win in order to see this advance, so we actually have to play seriously. Ugh. Monkey, come on now. Oh, dude, we are so gonna lose. Okay. I look at the health, and that's how I know we're gonna lose quick. Health cards are good. Actually, health cards with a lot of power is good too. Maybe not. No. Okay, we might have to play more than one match. I guess we'll also test going back to the campaign. Blah, blah, blah. By the way, we could quit, but we're not going to. Okay. I guess that would be a faster way to test, wouldn't it? So, pressure's on, monkey. You have one round to win against Sir Waffle Hurdle. And let's go for some of those. Now, these aren't great, but I'll take them. Yeah, let's go. You can do this. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I believe in you, monkey. Ugh. Alright, this is going to be a slog. This is going to keep going back and forth. And we have better defense. So we should win eventually. As long as we have lots of time, and we should, because there's a big gap. See how the formation really matters? Okay, low health. But a lot of luck, actually. It's a close battle. Ugh. Come on, man. Come on, man. Womp womp. Monkey. You gotta be better than that. Hey, we leveled up, but come on, monkey. Wow, those are good. Those are great cards. How come I don't get those? Keen observers of this process will remember that we did already balance out some of the distribution of the stats in the cards. It was wildly all over the place before, and now it's less so, and yet I'm still complaining when I get bad cards. And I think players should always complain when they get bad cards, and we can't prevent them from getting bad cards. It's just the way it is. Fortunately, I also need a test, so, yeah, come on, we can do this. We can do this. Now, I really should have paid attention to the formation, but okay. Ugh. All right, so we went up against a card with a lot of power, and we had low health. I should not have wasted good cards on that. That was stupid. Whoops. We have bad health. What? I thought I had good cards. Dude. Not okay. Yeah. Dang. So close. I mean, these cards aren't terrible, except for the health, but that's kind of important, so I'm upset. And I shouldn't be, but whatever's. High power, high defense, and high health. I can't get all three, but I would like something close to that. This is better than this one, that's for sure. What else? Yeah, it's actually better than this one too. Okay. Well, this is what you got, monkey. We are gonna try and meet that early and then win. We want to meet this one early. Yeah. Okay. And I'm reserving the least for last. Okay, this is the best we got. Ugh. Wow. Wait a minute. Did we go in with a bad card? How, uh, whatever. Monkey, come on now. All right, we have time for another match. We'll do another match, but I want to win, and then I want to talk about story. Doggone it. We're losing. We're dead. Damn. It's a little depressing to see it coming from a mile away. It would definitely be better to have a way to turn it around with those special talismans or whatever. Monkey, for real. You gotta win. Your win percentage is crap. Bruh. Okay, come on now. Oh, you cannot hear me rolling my eyes, but you can see what I'm looking at. This is garbage. God, darn. All of the cards have a distribution, so there's going to be some bad stats, but I can't get anything but garbage health. which means my cards die. So, with this experience that we have as a player who's frustrated, we can understand the needs of the player better. In this case, I'm saying, man, I wish I had health. I always need health. I need more health. I need more health. Well, what would a great talisman or spell be to lay down here in the middle of the battle, but restore health, regenerate health, heal all my cards, blah blah blah. That would be fantastic, and I would feel like that really helped me. And if I only had one, I'd want to use it at the right time. These are things I would absolutely be down with that as the player. Yep. What I'm paying attention to is when they're going to meet in battle. And I'm going to have 3 meet in battle at the same time. And then these are going to be separated for a while. So there's going to be a couple of turns where I get to knock these down more. I'm going least health because I want to take Stonefall out. Ugh. Damn, dude. I cannot get a break with these. Oh, that was rough. I really could have taken that card out with this one. It was a speed card, but this card had it actually got a luck because they both had 10 speed. This one just happened to come first. Come on, monkey. Oh, dude. Right now. It's your last chance, dude. You really, really need to win this. Come on now. Monkey, it's up to you. The people of blah 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 have a festival or something that this Sir Waffle Hurdle has messed with, and it's up to you. Okay, these are garbage cards. Okay, the best I can do is going to include. I need to take out a card of theirs early. Big power is going to help doing that, but I have no cards with power. Ugh, Turtle Tank really can only survive for a couple of hits at most because the health is so low. Damn. All right. This likely can't survive very long either. Man, you know what? Okay. Okay, I may regret this, but I'm going to replace that. I'm going to keep that back. These cards are going to go up front. Let's go. Oh, darn it. There's that bug. These cards are not moving together. And pardon me, but I need to stop and analyze this because this is so rare. It's hard to see this condition happen. And now that I see it happening, I need to do something about it. So mostly I was looking at this position to make sure that it's the same as this one, and it is. So that wasn't the problem. The next thing I'm looking for is this card referencer. This is the script it looks for. These cards are not hidden. Like the card flipper, the flip is not up. Like there's a whole bunch of conditions I'm looking at that say these cards should be moving towards each other. Tiger God and First Light. Ugh. I need to continue testing as well, so I may just force these together. But there's a reason they are not advancing. I'm going to step the battle forward again. and I'm upset because this is a bug that's so rare I can't find it. And once I've been here a couple of times, I've tried to look for the condition that would prevent these from advancing, and I can't find it. I have a feeling these would be together by now, so I'll just cheat and put them together. That'll work. But, bruh, what would be preventing this from working? The thing in charge of advancing the cards is here. In fact, it's called advance cards. This. And that's not always when there's 5, because we've seen lots of overtime rounds. So here's advance cards, and this is the only thing that would move them closer. So I need to find the problem, and it's got to be between this line and this line. The problem has to be somewhere here, right? It's a condition that's so weird, though. That's why I was looking for card flipper. That exists both on Tiger God and First Light. Card flipper is here. Line by line. Advanced timer is totally running because the other cards are moving. And so it goes through all these card flippers and makes sure that it is not already flipped up. I'm looking at this. It is not flipped up. It says, no, it's not. Is there anything else about these cards that look different and out of place? I mean, there are a couple cards that are already flipped up, but otherwise, no, they look the same. They're doing weird stuff. Okay, so it is a card in a position, and we're looking at this multiplier number, and I'm asking a question. Why am I looking at the name? Oh, because I know why. Because I'm determining player 1 or player 2 based on where this position is. So actually, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you very much. And it's either going to be to the left or to the right. So this does not impact at all. I'm not going to save because that would make me lose my data, and it's being held currently. I'm in a suspended state, and I'm trying to keep it there. So we found a card, and we know which direction to go, and so now we're looking through all of the other cards, along with this card, and we find one that is not the same card. Not the same card. And its position in Y equals the other card's position in Y. This is why I was looking at this number to see if they're the same, and they are. I'm running out of places where the problem could be. Which I guess is a good thing, because then the problem must be here. I'm going to, as long as the advanced timer is not 0. Sorry, if the advanced timer is 0, then I am going to lock it on the grid. That's what this is. But otherwise, I'm absolutely gonna move it. That means the problem must be here. But what's the problem? If the distance in x, the value in x, the distance, which is an absolute value of this minus that, is more than 4 units. Well, it was before I moved them together. So these should have moved. Just so aggravated. All the other ones move. Why didn't these move? Ugh, so aggravating. I don't know what that problem is yet. Gone. Wait, why aren't these flipping up? Bruh. At least I haven't lost my data. I'm still testing. I'm upset that I can't figure out this rare bug. So I ran across it and just spent 5 minutes trying to find it, and I still can't find it. I can't analyze my way out of this bug. There's something else going on, and I don't know what it is. But somewhere I've got some code and telling it shouldn't move while everything else does. So whatever. Okay, Moon Mouse die. And then we can win and we can go through the next part of this test. The test is still valid. Everything's good. We won, and we're going to go back to the campaign. Y'all ready? We won against Sir Ice something. I forgot his name. Happy to help. We came back to the campaign. It knew that we won, and we say we are happy to help. And it advanced. It advanced the campaign. So we won against Sir Waffle Hurdle, and we are now here. Thank goodness. And this means that we could finish. By the way, just need to read this. We did not only collect some experience, but we knew we needed to go to 1, which we did. We should be able to click on this now, which we can. And so now we're up against the final boss of this campaign. His name is Prince Xanthan. Okay. All right, can I talk about story now? Oh, wait, let's not die. Okay. Story. Well, I'm hoping we can win this and we can just confirm that it does know we reached the end of the campaign. That's great. I will come back to that rare bug some other time. Oops. There's only 1 or 2 rare bugs that I'm sort of keeping in the back of my mind and looking for. They're so rare, I don't even know how to reproduce them, which is actually the whole problem. I can't reproduce it, so I don't know how to fix it. Not sure what the problem is. All right. Let's win. Yes, shall we? Let's. I'm really keen on winning. Come on, monkey. It's not great, but I'm gonna do that. We might win that one. I would like to win that one. Okay, we are at a card advantage, 2 cards advantage. We can do this, right? It's interesting too. You could put 2 luck cards in the middle like this. I just realized this. And if you have a card advantage on the side and it starts to go down the line vertically, having 2 luck cards is 2 chances in a row for a luck win, which is actually a pretty good strategy. That's not a bad tactic, actually. I should remember that. Stumbling on tactics that I hadn't thought of before that are I'm blanking on the term. Deeper gameplay. I'm totally blanking on the term right now, but there is a strategy. Not, what is the term? Stumbling on tactics that aren't obvious at first, but you can find them once you played for a while is one of the things I was hoping to do if I just played for a while, and so I've been looking for them. You want deeper strategy like that. If I can remember the term, I will use it, but I can't. Just I must need coffee. Okay, so I did this, right? So it says I win the match, I got the XP, and I say happy to help, and it knows the campaign is complete. Good. Okay, now it didn't regenerate the campaign. That is precisely what it should do. In fact, you know what I'd really like it to do is back out. I would like it to come back here, say you won the campaign, and probably do a special pop-up here for that with some extra things you get. But then the next time you go into the campaign, boom, right? New campaign. All right, so that is a successful test. And let us go ahead and I'm going to save this because I'm just so frustrated. I need to find this problem. So frustrated. 5-card formation, bottom cards not advancing. Like, what the heck? I want that fixed. Don't know what's up, but whatever. Okay. Let's talk story in 2 seconds. I swear, I'm right there. Campaign screen. This, when we do a campaign and we just confirmed that this totally works, let's do some things. We are going to clear the current challenge. We're going to say the challenge was not won anymore. We turn these things off and all that jazz. But I'm saying what am I saying? What do I say when I not end campaign, but generate campaign? What do I do here? Okay. Okay, so I don't really want to do what I'm doing with that button right now, which is regenerate it and look at it now that it's all new. I don't actually want to do that. The player just got back from doing the campaign, and it's as if it didn't matter if I just totally change it right there. So I'm not going to stay here like that. Instead, I'm going to ask my scene manager, hey scene manager, can you please load the main menu? So yeah, we completed the campaign. I do want to do that, but and we're gonna do more actually. We need to um, award campaign complete goodies. Whatever. Um, yeah, but most importantly, I'd like to just get out of this scene and go into the main menu. There you go. Okay, that's good. Good. I think that's good, actually. Um, we know this works because I used that button. We know that works, and so I don't need to do anything else. I'm going to come back and do more of this because I don't know what we're going to award them yet, but I do want to make it a big deal. You just said I was happy to help, and the story completed. Coming back to the main menu after that sounds about right. It feels right, but you completed your campaign, so on the main menu, I'm probably going to have a special pop-up for awarding you goodies. And I haven't figured that out yet, so I'm not going to do anything more with that right now. But I think that's good. I will test more of that later. Let's talk story. So before I end stream, I want to sort of complete the thought that I began yesterday in sort of a theater state. The idea is we are starting a challenge against an opponent in our campaign. And why not dress it up with some kind of story to give some context to why I'm doing this and why it matters? We know who the villain is. That's our opponent. We've already named them. We have a name for them and everything. So that's great. So if I sort of give somebody else that you are helping, first of all, I intentionally do not want it to just be you going up against the villain because they're bad. And I definitely don't want to just go you going up against the villain because you are good or because you want power or because you want more experience. Like those things don't mean anything. But as soon as I suggest there's somebody else, they care. We can just assert that there are other people who care. In fact, their feeling and the fact that they exist is enough to make it more compelling than just there's a bad guy, go get him, right? It's more that you have people you want to help. That's why I've been calling it help. That's why we've been saying I'm happy to help. That's why we've been saying you're going to ignore these people or you're going to help these people. It's people. So we know who the villain is. We're going to name some people and we're going to tell you how they feel. Of course, they feel bad and they need help. They are desperate. They are sad. They are feeling lost. They are anxious. They are scared. Something bad, right? So we suggest some people, whoever they are, happy bunnies or fairies or it doesn't matter, right? As long as our suggestion is that they aren't bad people, then this is great, right? They are good people who feel bad. Oh, don't you already want to help them? Of course you do, right? And if we already named this villain something bad, like affliction or scourge or trouble or whatever we've called them, this is already working. But I'm going to add a couple of more things. One is some thing, an object, or a condition like fire. I mean, there's things that the villain can have done. They took something away, or they are blocking a thing, or they are threatening to destroy a thing, or something like that, right? There is an object to all of this. The object is what these people care about. It's why they feel bad. It is something the villain has done. It's a focus. And if you're paying attention to what I'm doing with this story, I'm just layering in some amount of complexity. I mean, this is all just window dressing. This is all just decorative wrapping paper around, let's go into a match and defeat the opponent. Well, we've already named the opponents. We've already started down this road. I'm just adding more and more elements to it to give the player more to think about. Are they really going to sit there and think about all this stuff? No. But the fact that the fact that I'm going to suggest it to them is enough. Even if you dismiss the story, the fact that there is a little block of text that talk about people who are sad because this villain took this thing. And one more, there's a time limit because these people want that thing for this event. There is encroaching, like the object is fire and the people are in danger of existing. They've only got a short time left. The event makes it special. The event and the object are things that together make this significant for the people, for the villain, and for you. And the reason you are believing it is because I tell you they feel bad. Won't you help them? Boom. I've got some amount of complexity that wraps all of the go defeat an opponent in a match that now gives it meaning, even if it's totally superficial. This is still existing in the player's head. And long story short, all of what we do in game design is in the player's head. So it's not bad at all. I think it was Dumbledore who told Harry Potter. Harry Potter asks, Professor, is this all happening in my head? When he's like in heaven and, Voldemort's dead. Spoiler alert. Dumbledore says, well, of course it's all in your head. Why should that mean that it's not real? Okay. It's the same thing here. J.K. Rowling is smart. So, what do I do with that? Well, if I have these 5 elements, I'm going to construct it into a structure that makes sense. There is a beginning and a middle and an end. The middle is easy. It's the match. Go play the match. We already have this. We don't need to do anything else. We literally do a beginning. That's what that pop-up is before you go into the match from the campaign. And we're going to have an end. That's what the pop-up is when you come back from the match. See what I did there? We have 5 elements. I'm going to put it into a structure for a beginning that makes some sense. And when you come back, it's going to be the same group of things, but resolved. The same 5 things now changed. In the beginning, the condition is so bad. And won't you help them? And when you come back, the condition is restored. First of all, this villain is defeated for whatever reason. The defeat that you did on the battlefield is enough. And now these things are changed for the people, and most importantly, they feel great. They're grateful to you. They're happy. They're going to enjoy the object at that event. People. Isn't that so good? You help the people. This is what this is all about. So what do I do with this, right? If I have these 5 elements and I have one, it is a villain, and we know the name, so we're done. I just need to come up with some, and you bet it's going to be a random set of silly names. A random set of silly names for objects, events, people, and feelings. It's going to start out negative, but then turn positive. And if I resort to just saying they're always grateful, that's probably fine. But I absolutely need the negative emotions. And why a random set? It's so that the story will sound different. The structure will be the same, but with those 5 elements jumbled around, it literally is a Mad Lib. With the 5 elements jumbled around, it will sound different. I can do a procedural story. That's why I'm so excited about this. I'm literally going to name a bunch of objects, a bunch of events, a bunch of people, and a bunch of feelings, put it all together, and boom, story. Ah, it's going to be so delicioso. And so, um, that has to be my next step. That is absolutely what I was kind of bummed that it took so long to get the campaign stuff done because I was literally like, oh, that story. Oh, you know what? I should do a campaign and have that done first so that I can do the story. And you know what? That'll just take a couple of minutes because that'll just take a little while. I will just have a campaign and then you can click on it and no big deal. That'll just be there. That no big deal. I'll just get that done. Uh yeah, that took a heck of a lot longer than I wanted. I mean, it's good. It's good that it's already there. It's good that I can generate these things. Yes, yes, yes. By the way, yeah, I can. I should do something with that, but it's okay for now. I think it is it's good that I got to this stage. It's going to be so much more satisfying when I can get the story stuff happening. So, literally because I've already generated a unique color for all these matches, a unique icon for all these matches, and a unique name, which is a complex set of things. Each of these names, like Governess Xanthan Curse, is unique because I come up with one, two, or three names, and each of the three can potentially be a large set of different ones. Uh, there's a very large number of different names that I can have. So it's almost guaranteed to be unique, almost. And when you put the names together with the color and the icon, you have a very unique match, which means I should be able to take exactly that data from exactly that match. And when I click, generate the story that is the same when I come back and do it again. It's the same story. This villain is still doing the same villainy thing with the same people, with the same event and the same object, and they're still feeling the same way about it. Will you help them or ignore them? If you ignore them and come back, it's the same story. That's what I want. I can totally do that because I have so much uniqueness going on with this match. So I'm excited because I'm literally just going to come up with silly names for people, objects, events, and feelings and throw it all together in a structure that itself, a set of Mad Libs that itself is going to be a large set of things that I'm going to randomly generate. Or I say randomly, I mean procedurally generate from this match's unique set of values. That way it will be the same every time you come in. And yet I don't need to have 10,000 different stories. I already have the unique data. I'm just going to have the conditions and boom, plug it all in. Totally excited to do it. It's fun. I'm down. But I've spent enough time streaming today. I want to go do that instead. And so I think we are good to end the stream here. I want to thank the Academy and would like to acknowledge all the people. Hey, how come this chat isn't actually updating? Testing 1, 2, 3. I have a pop-out chat that I thought was hooked up, and I'm not seeing it on my phone. That's interesting. That's odd. Oh, where'd it go? I was just joking. I'm right here. But I do want to play more with the story stuff. That is fun. If I had people in chat, I would be asking them for their ideas about who these people might be. Some people might say, well, I want happy bunnies, or I want little gremlins. I don't know, right? Ladybugs. I don't know. I don't know. But it's guaranteed to be silly, and it's guaranteed to give us some story. And so I'm excited to do it. I'm out of here because I want to go do that thing. Why am I streaming? Okay. Hey, if you're watching the VOD, thank you very much. Like, subscribe, and please follow me on Twitch, show up on stream, and make yourself known so that we can communicate with words and stuff. I mean, I would do tricks too. I would do fun stuff. Yep. You could lurk if you want. But I just, you know what? I think there's an opportunity to involve some other people, and so I kind of appreciate that idea. I want you guys to have fun, do good, be well, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.